everybody. I don't know what this orange light thing is behind me. I guess it's the sun coming in my window in a weird way, but it makes my car look orange. But so I just wanted to check in. I know it's been a very long time. I'm doing okay. I am up currently as of this morning. I'm 192 this morning, and I know that, and I'm okay with it. And I'm okay with it because we went away this weekend, and I didn't track. I just didn't. I had some, I really needed a weekend away. I needed to go and not think about being a Weight Watcher and not think about home or job or whatever. I just really needed to like blank out for the weekend, and that's what I did. So in my job, I am in charge of like testing in the school, and we are kind of testing season is upon us. We're working on the schedules right now, which are just the worst. And then every day from like now till the end of the year, well, every day from like the end of this month till the end of the year will be testing, you know, other than spring break. So it's a lot going on. Plus I have other stuff like observations and things like that. So I really just needed like some time to zone out. So we didn't go anywhere like crazy. We went to Ocean City, and what we did is, because it's, you know, February, well now it's March, but because it's February, we got a really nice hotel for very little money, and we excuse me, and we ate in the whole hotel restaurant, which was really good. They have a heated indoor pool, which we went swimming in. We got drinks by the pool. We went out to a really nice steak dinner. And to be honest with you, I didn't do like crazy stuff. Like when I've been to Ocean City before, and you guys have heard the story, and I had 2 ice cream cones for dinner because it's just what I wanted. It wasn't like that. As a matter of fact, the only dessert I had was I had a Butterfinger bar, of all weird things. But it was the adult beverages this weekend that I indulged in several of them. I had mimosas a couple of mornings. I had, and unfortunately, the drink I like, which is a Malibu Bay Breeze, is quite juice heavy, so it's a lot of points. But this is what I kind of figured out. I am going to Florida for spring break this will be the first spring break trip that we really took a trip to like a destination that we're flying, and we're going to relax, and we're going to go to a resort in Florida, and he's going to want to get in the water and go swimming, and he's going to want me to at least lay by the pool and the water. And I saw myself in a bathing suit this weekend, and I wasn't too happy with it. So for the next month, I plan on hitting the Weight Watchers reset button pretty hard. But I wanted to jump on because there's a couple of things going through my head right now. Number one, I am definitely going through the guilt of this weekend. And I think we all do that to ourselves, where we're like, oh, we had a great weekend. I didn't track Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Actually, I started to track Friday. Whatever. It's Monday. Here I am. Up about 5 pounds over the weekend. It's fine because you know, I really started to kind of go off the rails on Thursday, and I kind of felt it coming. We had Chinese food Thursday night, so I kind of knew it was coming. But it's okay because I ate a lot of salt and drank a lot of adult beverages this weekend, so I'm okay. I know that I had a good time. I relaxed. I just wish that my idea of good time and relax didn't include so much food and so much adult beverages. So that's one of the things on my mind right now is the guilt. The guilt is quite heavy. I also realized I have been like recording videos leaving them sit on my phone for several days, and then they feel irrelevant, and I'm not posting them. So I know you guys haven't seen me in a long time. But I'm going to try to do better in the month of March. I'm not promising one a day or anything like that. I don't have a whole lot to say for one a day. But I am going to try to do better. And then some other things that have kind of been on my mind. We did a study in our equity meeting the other day. Not a study, we read a study, I should say. We didn't do a study. And it's something I know that I've heard before and we've talked about before. But for whatever reason, it kind of resonated with me again. As you know, I take a lot of my equity stuff and I equate it to my Weight Watchers stuff. And it said something to the effect of, for every negative thing you say to a child, they need to hear 5 positive things to negate it. And the study now is up to, like, it could be even more than that. It could be between 5 and 10, depending on the child and how often they hear the negativity. So we started talking about, you know, what that means for real to, like, the positive comment or whatever. And how, if you say it to a child, like, let's say you say, you know, you say something negative to a child by accident or whatever, and then you say, oh, I have to go back and say 5 positive things to that kid, to rebuild. You could theoretically fake the positivity because you're, you know, saying it to the student or whatever, or the child or whatever. And theoretically, if you're a good actor, you could, you know, say those 5 positive things and hopefully negate that negative thing. We started talking about the way we talk to ourselves in our own head, and I started, you know, I kind of started thinking about the things I say to myself in my head. You know, you're fat, you're lazy, you're not working out, you know, even stuff like at work, like you're dropping the ball, or, oh my God, why did you do that? Why did you say this? You know, I'm in my first year of this position, and it's a learning curve, and I knew it going in, that this wasn't going to be an easy transition, and I'm feeling those effects a little bit, and it's okay. I'll get through it. But I started thinking, you know, it's not like if I make one negative weight comment, I have to come up with 5 positive weight comments. It doesn't matter. It's negative and positive. So lately, I've been pretty negative on myself about a lot of things, not just weight. I mean, weight, don't get me wrong, weight is in there. But there have been some other stuff that I've just been negative self-talking. And the problem with when you do it to yourself and you try to say those 5 positive things back, your brain is still working, you know? So if you say, so for example, if I say, oh, that was a dumb decision, why did you make that decision? You know, and that's a negative thing, and then you say, oh, but you know what, that thing you did last week was really great, hey, you lost 2 pounds, and you're doing, like, as you're saying those positive things to yourself, your brain is still negating those, you know? Like, you might say, oh, but you made that positive decision last week, and then my brain will automatically go, but was it really? Does it really matter? You know what I mean? So it's like, I will, in my head, negate those 5 things no matter how often I say them. So for every time I say that positive thing and that negative thing creeps out too, that's another negative thing. So it's much harder when you're negative self-talking to get those 5 positive things in. I don't know that I would be able to, like, monitor that and truly get any type of data to be able to say I was able to do it or not, because your brain talks to itself so quickly. I probably said 5 negative things in my head just talking to you guys. You know what I mean? I may not have said them out loud. I may not even be fully conscious that I'm saying them, but I'm sure they're in there, you know? Like, I've been thinking about when we went to the ocean this week to get in the pool. I didn't bring a bathing suit, so we went and bought one. I kind of liked the bathing suit, and it fit-ish. deeper body, so I always have a problem with bathing suits. So I understand like that part isn't ever going to be right. But it had like a lower part like underneath that kind of covers your belly, and that didn't feel quite right either. So a couple of pounds and it would feel great. But that was, you know, that negative self-talk where I was like, oh, this doesn't feel right. You know, oh, you've gained so much weight. It's all that. And just having this conversation with you, when I mentioned the bathing suit, you know, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, oh, that didn't feel right, or oh, this did whatever. So, you know, it's one of those things where we've got to really be careful about what you say to yourself in your head. And I think sometimes, I don't know about you, but my thoughts come so fast and furious sometimes, like I can't even stop them without making a conscious effort to say, don't think that, or that's not true, or whatever. And, you know, once it's thought, once it's said, you kind of can't unring the bell, you know? So those are some things I'm struggling with today. I'm struggling with the guilt of the weekend. I'm struggling with knowing that my birthday is in about a month, and I will be 46, and my body is changing, and there are things I can't fix. You know, it's just stuff like that. So I am really going to hit Weight Watchers pretty hard this month. Norm and I have decided to try and not eat out so much, because he also wants to hit a weight loss program pretty heavy this month. You know, I love to eat out, but that was the other thing I wanted to tell you. So this weekend we went to breakfast twice in this lovely little restaurant in the hotel, and I loved the breakfast both times. The one day I got an acai bowl, which is like eating ice cream for breakfast. I didn't look up the points, it's probably a gazillion, but it's so incredibly good. And then it had coconuts and strawberries and bananas, and if I remember I'll slide a picture in. And then the next day I had it was called a smoked salmon platter, and they took one bagel and they made it into 4 slices, and you got salmon and like a herb cream cheese and capers, excuse me, and onions and tomatoes. It was divine. I ate that whole thing. Norm did eat 1 slice of the bagel. But we also did like, I don't think we did lunch either day, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, we didn't do lunch either day. And then at dinner, the one night we went out to our favorite steakhouse, which is quite pricey. And like, it was one of those things where it's like we could not wait to go. And I know that it was the end of February on a beach location, and they might not be on their A game, but I gotta tell you, it was mediocre at best. We had gone out to dinner on Friday night. We tried a new seafood place, and again, it was mediocre at best. I love shrimp, and I used to love scallops. Now I'm finding I can't get good scallops anywhere. And I don't want to peel steamed shrimp, so I don't know. I think I'm losing my taste for seafood. It's the strangest thing. Like I'm just not. Food is not enjoyable to me, even though I still reward myself with it. I now am not feeling rewarded by it, and I think that's why I'm having more adult beverages, because the food is no longer rewarding, which sounds very much like addict behavior. like, oh, that is the best Snickers bar or whatever I've ever had. And I'll eat 2 or 3 of the mini ones trying to like satisfy whatever it is, and it's not working. But food in general, when we eat out, is not satisfying me at all. So I don't know. So one of the things that we're going to try to do this month is eat home a little bit more. Now the problem with that is for dinner, when we eat at home, when Norm's trying to lose weight, he'll eat cereal. So he'll eat the normal, so he does the Special K thing where you're supposed to eat Special K twice a day, and then you have like one normal dinner. He does it kind of the opposite. He has two normal low pointed or low caloried meals, and then he'll have a Special K for dinner. So he'll eat like an egg sandwich for which is like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 points for 9 points for breakfast. He eats one of those, which for him is totally fine, because remember, he's a big guy, so he used to get like 43 points or something. Sorry about the sun. But so he'll eat that for breakfast, and it's totally fine. And then he'll have a like tuna wrap, well, like an Olay wrap, or chicken salad on Olay wrap, whatever, with like light mayo and just the chicken and salt and pepper and some banana pepper. So it's, you know, he's eating low calorie and then having that, and he'll lose weight. He'll drop weight very quickly. The problem is I can talk him into going out to eat also very quickly. And I think tonight we had actually said that we might go out to eat, for the simple fact that we have to go to the grocery store, and because there's nothing in the house because we were away all weekend. So, I don't know, like I would like to eat at home, but I also don't want to get caught. So 2 things happen to me when we eat at home. Either I make things ahead of time, and I either don't want it because I'm not real big on food prepared ahead of time, or we decide, you know, we're going to go out, or we decide we're going to eat something else, or I get stuck in this rut where, you know, I get chicken and vegetables and rice, and I do that because I'm the only one eating at home. So, you know, you can't buy like, well, I guess you can, but it's hard to buy like one piece of chicken. That was a rock that hit my windshield. And I gotta tell you, it's very annoying because there's nothing in front of me like a truck that should have a rock in it. It's just, there was a rock on the road and someone hit it. And I'll tell you, it always hits my windshield. I can't tell if there's a mark or not. Hoping not. Anyway. I get stuck in a rut where I make like, you know, I'll make a packet of chicken or whatever, and I'll make rice and I'll make vegetables, and then I'm like over it after like day 2. So it's hard to make like single servings because I don't want to freeze them, because I don't really like frozen food all that much when I, you know, prepare it or whatever. I did bring this to work today. I have this, it's a Sandwich Brothers, it's egg and sausage, there's no cheese on that one, it's 4 points. And then I brought this, which is a Green Giant protein bowl. I don't remember how many points that was, but I remember it being quite low. So that's what I brought for lunch today because it's what I had in the house. I do have some shrimp at the house too that I could eat for dinner, maybe with some rice and veggies. I do have broccoli, but you know, eating at home is just, it's a challenge when it's just the 2 of us. He's going to eat cereal. I'm sorry, I got so sidetracked from that rock hitting my window, and I keep looking to see if there's a mark. But I get so irritated with eating at home because he's going to eat cereal. Now I make like chicken or if I make something that's not kind of what you would consider like a diet meal. So if I were to make like lasagna or something, he'd eat it. If I were to make fajitas, he'd eat it. If I make plain chicken, rice, and veggies, he ain't eating it. So he's going to eat cereal. So if I try to eat very low points, he's not going to eat that for dinner, so he'll eat the cereal, and then I'll have all this like leftovers, if that's making sense. I'm sorry, I'm still checking that spot on my windshield. I can't tell if it's like a crack or just a mark. Looks like it might be a small little ding. Ugh, makes me angry. But yeah, so I'm just venting, I guess, and trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the week, what I'm going to do with the month, because like I said, in a month I will be having to be in a bathing suit in Florida, and I don't know that I'm ready for that. So what I'm trying not to do is do that thing I would normally do in the past and say I'm not going to eat for a month and starve myself enough to get into a bathing suit, because I could do it. That's not what I want to do. But I've been yammering on for 21 minutes, and I'm almost at work, so I'm gonna go. Hopefully I'll post this. I won't forget. And I'll talk to you guys soon.